Hi everyone, and welcome to another online Jujitsu workout class. As usual, we hope everybody is healthy and safe and staying sane and gradually maybe starting to participate in society as we start to wind down our lockdown. But our dojo continues to be closed and will remain so for quite some time, so we're continuing these classes at home. And currently we're having another heat wave, so make sure you're hydrated and let's get ready for class. Oh, let me turn off the AC too because it's kind of loud. There we go. Like so. Yame. Onishimasu. And up. So, hands on your belt or on your hips. Head to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi. Go. Dai, ich, ni, san, shi. Go. Head back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down, back, down. Look right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, tilt right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, any way you need it. Shoulders forward, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, alternating, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, hands up, elbows back, ich, knee, sand, forward, ich, knee, sand, forward, ich, knee, sand, forward, reverse, ich, knee, sand, back, ich, knee, sand, back, ich, knee, sand, back, left hand on your belt, right hand forward, ich, knee, sand, shi, go, reverse, ich, knee, sand, shi, go, and die, ich, knee, sand, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Natural stance, both arms in, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, go. And left hamni, right arm in, ich, ni, san, shi, go, out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, shake it in, shake it out, side to side, punch, and die, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, shake it in, shake it out, side to side, punch. Natural stance, elbows against your chest, keep them pinned there, hands in, ich, ni, san, shi, go, out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, shake it in, shake it out, side to side, double punch. Hands on your hips, ich, ni, san, shi, go, reverse, ich, ni, san, shi, go, stretch back, forward, back, hands overhead, forward, chest to your right knee, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, kuju, left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, kuju, and loosen up, ready for torso rotations to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, dai, ich, ni, san, shi, go, And hands to the mat. Standing split, elbows to the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, ju. Rocking, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels. And remember, we're trying not to support ourselves with our hands. We're just using them for balance so we don't tip over. So try to have no weight on your hands. Pivot to your left. And die. Back to center. Rocking, hitch, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels. Pivot left. Pivot right. Come up into Shikadach. Breathe in, out, in, out. Drop your right shoulder. Die. 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 Extend your right leg for side kick. Remember to rotate your hips forward. And die. Toes up. And die. Die. And die. All the way down. Die. 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 And drop your right knee. Settle into hurdler stretch if you can. Preferable to have your instep flat rather than like that, but if this is all you can achieve, that's perfectly fine. Work with what you got. We do what we can. Okay, straight back. Look to the left foot. Hands together. Reach evenly. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right. Sit up straight, hands together, reach evenly. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right. And die. So again, sit up straight. So I've been doing this. I have a tendency to just hook my thumbs together whenever I reach into stretches, and that kind of keeps my hands together. You don't need to do that. It become an automatic thing for me. I just automatically hook and that way I know that my reach is even. So to the right foot. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up, twist left. Sit up straight, reach even. ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Untie. Now, if you can bring your foot in front, do so. Whatever you can do. So if you can't reach forward with this, that's fine. Just try and reach evenly. So don't reach your left hand further just because you're on the left side. Slide them both down your legs, and if this is as far as you get, that's as far as you get. Perfectly fine. So just try and keep your reach even, and try and keep your opposite hip butt on the floor. Okay, sit up straight, twist left, reach left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right. Die back to front again. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Now untie, other leg, foot. And reach. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Reach, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And both feet in front. If you can, pick them up. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Reach a little deeper. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right, twist left, and legs apart. Again, whatever you got. This is one of my not so good stretches. I can reach the toes, but I can't spread my feet apart very far. Okay, turn to the right, same deal, hands together, reach evenly, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist left, reach left, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Now to the center. Aim for getting your elbows on the mat as a first goal. If you can get them down, then eventually aim to get your chest on the mat. So, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right, twist left, back to the right foot. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Center. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And one more time, twist right, twist left, and bring your feet in. And bounce those knees. Push down on your knees. And chest to your feet. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Feet back in front, one more time. Reach your ankles. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Good. Alright, we'll do a few more of our basic exercises and then we'll start in on regular class. So we're going to do our jackknives. If you can get into position, and if you can do the back fall, do the back fall, but don't do it if it's not safe. Ready? Hey! And jackknives. Hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hech, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hech, ku, ju, hands under butt, scissors slow and wide, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hech, ku, ju, leg raises, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hech, ku, ju, knees to chest, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hech, ku, ju, flutter kick, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hech, ku, ju, legs up straight, feet on your belly, slowly down, and relax for a second, loosen up. Bring your right knee in, head off the mat. And twist, put it down. Die. Left knee in. Put it down, twist. And both knees in, rocking. Stretch. Heels in bridge. Hands by your shoulders all the way up. And release. Okay, so if you have the space to do the face fall, do the face fall. Otherwise, we're going to do some push-ups. So get into push-up position. Ready? Hey. Push-up position. Head up, right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down, head dip back. Scoop. Back. Down. Head up, right leg up. Down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, head up, right leg up, down, left leg up, down, head down, back, scoop, back, down, hold it, relax. Ready to get up quickly. Hey! Untie. 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 Turn around, drop to your knee. Fix whatever you need to fix. And left hammy. Kudigesh. Remember, this is always a moment to check your hammy. Make sure your feet have 50-50 distribution of weight. That if you wiggled, your heels would move. Your heels are not really making much contact with the floor. So all your weight should be on the balls of your feet. You achieve that by bending your knees. So make sure your knees are adequately bent. And your back foot's not turned out like this, but is facing forward at an angle. And EQ. So again, bending your knees, breathing. Breathing in through our nose, out through our mouth, pushing down into our belly. Making sure our shoulders are connected to our hips. And EQ. And thank you. And Shihanagi. Finger wrist stretch. I like to go back and forth with my thumb and stretch each individual finger a little bit extra. And shake it loose. As you know, with Tai Sabaki, there are our 10 movements, and with the kata, there's variations that are different depending on what we're doing. So for a lot of things, our Tai Sabaki 1, we come in like this and we punch, and 2 is the mirror opposite, obviously. With the boken, it's kind of the same. We do our basic down the line attack, and with the stick, we basically do something similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on those 10 positions that are kind of irrespective of what it is that we're doing, and that is that number 1 is we come in and we turn slightly to the side. So just like if I'm in fighting position like this, I come in and I just turn slightly facing the side of my opponent, correct, and back out. So the difference is here that we're going to come in, we're going to parry their arm a little bit with our outside, and then uppercut like that. So that's number 1. So number 1 is... No, this is nothing to do with the stick right now. This is just to do with the 10 positions. And this is sort of like the atemi version of Tai Sabaki. So it's the atemi as in strikes. And so we're assuming that the uke is coming with just the standard lunge punch. Right, so they come in, we swat it to the side like that, and we uppercut underneath to their floating rib. So that's number 1 and 2. So let's just do that 5 times each. So it'll go like this. We're standing natural stance. We come in with our right foot and parry with our right hand. And then withdraw and uppercut with the left. And then back out to normal. Number 2, we come in with the left and parry with the left. and then uppercut with the right. That's it. So let's do that 5 times, just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Ready? Hitch, and back, knee, and back, hitch, and back, knee, and back, hitch, and back, knee, and back, hitch, and back, knee, and back. One more time, hitch, and back, knee, and back. So that's the atemi equivalent of this. This is kind of similar, except for we're not moving, right? So by doing this, we're turning them off center and coming in underneath their arms. So that's a variation on it, the atemi coming in. So for 3 and 4, almost the same as in the taisabaki kata. So in the taisabaki kata, we move to the side, we down block, we chamber, and we kick, and we come back out. If we're doing the same thing, but somebody's actually coming in and we're doing it as a fit-in kata, what we want to do is we want to receive that arm. So instead of just doing a down block, we're going to take the arm and hold it, just like as if somebody was coming in the knife attack and we're doing the basic technique, right? We block, trap, chamber, kick out their knee, and then we would move into EQ, right? So it's the same thing like that. So we're just going to go move to the side, block, trap, kick, and back to center again. And 4, coming to the left, block, trap, kick, and back to center again. Going to the right, block, drop, trap, kick, back to center. Left, block, drop, trap, kick, go to the center. Make sure that you get the trap first. You don't want to be trying to trap and chamber at the same time. Go to the right, block, drop, trap, kick, back in. Left, block, drop, trap, kick, and back in. Right, block, drop, trap, kick, back in. Left, block, drop, trap, kick, back in. One more set. Right, block, drop, trap, kick, back in. Left, block, drop, trap, kick, left, back in. Good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 and 6 are tend to differ depending on what you're doing, whether it's boken or stick or taisabaki. In taisabaki, we do this cross step, push out defense, which isn't something that's really that practical. We don't use it a lot in actual practice. When we do our boken, we come in and we receive the incoming attack. We cross step and drop, and then bounce up and lunge into their face, like that. With the stick, we come in, scissor, lift, drop, trap their hand, and come up, poking into their ribs. We're going to be doing a bit of that later. So the atemi version of that is very similar to the last two. Instead of doing that pivot and fancy kung fu looking block, what we're going to also do is we're going to slide in with the right, cross step with the left, scissor lift drop, and then rise back up. But at the same time with the hands, we step in with the right and block with the left. We scissor lift, drop, and get our uppercut ready. And as we come up, we reach and punch. So it looks like this. Let me get my fake uke. This isn't a very good uke. This is actually my sewing model. But it gives you an idea of position. So when I come in, I'm going to, like if they have their arm coming out like this, I'm going to be blocking it out here and dropping down below them and coming up and knocking their head clear off. So the idea with this is that we don't want to have to reach too far, is that we're driving it with our body, and just at the last moment we're extending. So again, it looks like it's coming out from my obi knot, just like the sword in Boken. So again, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I wanted to go over this with you. So again, number 5, coming in on the right. We step in on the right, block with the left hand, cross step, drop, and drive up with that. And actually what's happening is one of the reasons we're blocking that hand down is so we can drive up here, right up their arm to their chin with the uppercut. So coming on the left, we step in on the left, parry with the right, cross step with the right, drop, and uppercut with the left. So I know this one's kind of complex, so I don't want to stay too long on it, but we'll work it a few times. On the right, step in on the right, cross step, drop, push up with the right. So whatever foot you're stepping in with is the foot that's going to become the uppercut. So coming in on the right, we block with the left, cross step with the left and drop, and then rise up and punch. That's it. And back. Coming in on the left, blocking with the right, cross step with the right, drop, uppercut with the left. Alright, let's do that one more time and then we'll move on. So coming in on the right, blocking with the left, cross step with the left, drop, and uppercut. Coming in on the left, blocking with the right, cross step with the right, drop, uppercut. Okay, so let's pretend we got that perfect. And so that's 5 and 6. 7 and 8. So as you know, in 7 and 8, we, depending on what we're doing, if we're in the Taisabaki kata, we're going to come back and come up in our Zenkutsu Dachi reverse punch. With the Boken, we come back to the corner and then block and come in and chop. With the sticks, we do similar. We come back to the corner, block, and come in with an attack. So similarly with a temi, what we're going to do is we're going to come back to this corner. It's all about coming back to the number 7 corner. So if we're in natural stance, our 7, starting with the right, is right foot slides back to the right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kick with the right. But we're going to bring them with us so that they're there to kick. Because we're going backwards, so we're gaining distance. We need them to be in kicking range. So what we're going to do is, we're in natural stance, we're going to take that incoming hand, so we're going to block it, trap it, just like the number 1 and 2 of Taisabaki kata. So we're going to come up on the outside of it, trap it, and bring it with us. So now they're leaning like this on their punch. And now we can take a reverse maegeri and kick into that. So again, if I can just put Uke up for a second. So Uke is like this. They're coming forward and we trap that hand and we pull them towards us. So now we've got that beautiful right into the floating ribs underneath their elbow because we're able to reach. So that's one of the reasons we have to bring them with us. So let's do that a few times. It's fairly simple. Basically what you're going to do is, as you turn your hip back, you can bring your right hand, your left hand comes up as your right hip goes back. So we slide back and bring them with us, and then we kick and come in to do our next move. 8 is basically the same thing. So we're going to slide back to 8, kick and come back in. Opposite leg kicks to the hand that traps. So if we're going for 8, we're going to our left, so we're going to trap with our right. Then we kick with our left leg. So 8 goes back to the left, trap with the right, kick with the left, come in. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go through 7 and 8 a bunch of times, one after the other. So 7 back to the right, trap, kick with the right, come in. 8 back to the left, trap with the right, kick, come in. Right, kick, come in. Left, 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 kick, come in. Okay, that's enough for now. So I'm just taking you through the basics here. We don't have to, we will come back to that, or you could review the class where we went through that in great detail. So what we want to do is 9 and 10. And in 9 and 10 of everything, we go back one, we go back another, and then the third is to come in. And that's because they're coming with multiple strikes. So in this case, they will be coming 1, 2, 3, if they can get the third one off. Usually they don't get the third one off. The same with the sticks, they come in 1, 2, and before they get a third one, we take them out. Same with the boken. So with the boken, they come 1, 2, 3, and we go back one on the right, back one on the left, and then we can step out and do our decapitation, which will be the same basically as number 4. With the sticks, it's a little bit different. So that time I went back right, back left, step out right. With the sticks, we slide back, then come in. So with the sticks, we keep our right foot forward the entire time. We do 2 hitch step backwards. And what we do there is we go 1, 2, and then in like so, which we will be doing in a minute. So with a temi, what we're going to do is we're going to go back block 1, back block 2, step in, and uppercut. So the final, just like in the way I teach boken anyway, the final is the same as number 4 boken. We go back 1, we go back 2, and then we step to the outside and we do number 4. Right, so number 4 is just the brushed and passed and uppercut into their ribs. So again, natural stance. Number 1 part, so 9 is step back right and block with your left. And then 10 is step back left, block with your right. And then the pickup, or I'll just call it 11 for now, is to step in with your left, parry with your left, and then uppercut with your right. Yeah, exactly. So let's just do that a bunch of times. Step back right, block left. Step back left, block right. Step in left, parry, and uppercut with the right. Now you can step through if you want, or you can just do a big hip turn. The end of all these things is a little bit of how you want to do it. So you could turn that into a takedown, you could turn that into a harae gauche, whatever you want for the final strike. Okay, so back to our standing position, step back right, block left, step back left, block right, and then step in left, parry, and uppercut. That's it. Back to start. Step back right, block left. Step back left, block right. Step in left, parry, uppercut. Good. And again, so this time I'll just say 9 for step back right, block left. 10, step back right, block right. And then I'll just say 11 for the final. Okay, ready? 9, 10, and 11. That's it. Ready? 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11. Now there is a little bit of a trick to this too, because 9 and 10, we don't really want to do a major, like, serious block. Because we're going backwards, what we're trying to do is we're trying to draw them with us. Come here some more. Aha, now I got you. Right, so we don't want to be really knocking them off their game. What we want them to do is make them feel like they're getting through our defenses, that we're not doing a very good job. So we're going backwards and we're not really defending very well. So now they're coming really confident and then boom, we take them out. So the idea of this is don't really put much in it. You're just tapping. Just tap, tip, 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 like that. Just nice and soft. Okay, let's do it 2 more times. Ready? 9, 10, and 11. 9, 10, and 11. Okay, good. So grab your stick, whatever you have as a stick substitute, and we're going to start working this. Okay, so shimasu. The stick, the 5 points, right? The 5 points are shoulder, neck, shoulder, neck. Now 4 and 5, depending on your uke and what they're doing, could be elbow, elbow, or knee, knee. So in the kata we do knee, knee. And then the poke is down the center. So in the kata we do that at the start 3 times. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we break out and start doing the 10 points. Alright? So the 5 is just something you should just generally practice. Always good to have. Hand here. So start here. Hand here. 1, 2. So when we're doing this, we generally stay even stance, because we're not going to be coming into the other, because we don't need to gain distance. We're not actually hitting the other person, we're hitting their stick. So we're basically hitting the air in front. It's sort of like pat a cake. We don't need to come in for that, but once we do the others, we do come in. So like this, we just go 1, and then backhand from there, and then curl underneath, forehand, curl over the top, backhand, withdraw, and poke. And when they poke, we use our defending hand to come down on top of their stick. So we do that 3 times at the start. We're not going to work on that now. I'm going to let you work on that on your own time. That's something you just need to do over and over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the attacks. So for the attacks, then uke comes in with an overhead strike, straight down the middle strike. And that's all our defenses are against that. So And the first 5 are our 5 points, our basic 5. So we're going to work them first. So the first one, number 1, we step in, trap their incoming, and do number 1 ourselves. Now they're not coming number 1, they're coming showman, they're coming overhead, right? But we're coming, which is basically like a yokoman, beside the head, coming, yes. So you want to get a lot of wrist into that, much more so than shoulder, right? And one of the ways I do that is that I can release, I'm going to exaggerate now, so I release my grip and then tighten it. So if I'm coming from this side, oh, see there's a little bit of a gap here, and then I can close that in. So you can get extra, it's like the way a fly swatter works, right? It starts out slow and then at the very last minute it just suddenly accelerates. And that's what we want to have in here. So number 1, if I don't do anything with the stick, I'm going to come in with my right leg and I'm going to trap, so their hand there, and then they're free to be hit. So those 2 things happen at the same time. I'm going to chamber this, and I'm going to trap, and then hit. So let's do that in that broken down fashion. Step in, chamber, trap, hit, and come back to natural. Again, step in, chamber, hit, and back. The reason I'm stopping at chamber is that I like to see people chamber next to their ears or cheekbones. I don't like to see people have their elbow up in the air here, so I want to see what people are doing. So again, step in, chamber, trap, and hit, and back. Again, step in, chamber, hit, and back. Hard not to hit, right? Yeah. Okay, so now let's do it with the hit. So we'll just do it all as once. Hit, and back. Knee, and back. Be careful about leaving your stick out too long, because if you leave it out too long, they might take it from you. So you want to, just like with a lot of our punches and kicks, you want to hit and bounce off it and come back. So at the very least, bring it back to chamber, although in this case, back to just in front of your face. Ready? Itch, and back. Knee, and back. San, and back. Shi, and back. Go, and back. Don't forget to be imagining that you're trapping the hand. So for number 2, it becomes a little bit more awkward because we're going to stay right-handed. And this time we're going to do number 2, which is our backhand, right? And in front of the dummy and in the air, it all seems fine for what you do with your left hand. But we want to be able to engage our left hand. So our left hand is actually going to do that same parry that we were doing before in the Atemi version. But we don't want to be hitting our hand. So what we need to do is have our hand underneath this time. Yeah. So as we step in, chamber and block. This is one of the reasons why it's nice to chamber and block first, and then strike. That way you know that your hand is out of the way. So step in left, chamber, block, or trap. Trap their hand with your hand, don't just block it, and then strike. So don't turn your body quite so much. You don't want to be 90 degrees. You want to just be enough so that you're still kind of facing them with your line. And strike. Nice. Okay, so let's do that a few times. First broken down, then full speed. So step in, chamber, trap, strike, and back. Step in, chamber, block, or trap, strike, and back. Step in, chamber, trap, strike, and back. And now all together. Ich and back. Ni and back. San and back. Shi and back. Go and back. Ruk and back. Sich and back. Fetch and back. Ku and back. Chew and back. Nice. Okay, so 3 and 4 are quite similar as well, in that now we're going to step to the side. Previously we were stepping to the side and chambering for this. Now we're going to step to the side and number 3. Uke is here. They're coming in. They have a stick in their hand, so they're like this. So we're approximately this distance away. So we need to come in a little bit and hit the inside of their front knee. So we're going across their body. We're hitting them here because they've stepped in with that leg, right? So that leg is vulnerable and we're coming from the inside here and hitting here. So from our basic position to do number 4, you need to come over the top, or number 3, sorry, over the top and hit it. So again, there's a little bit of a body drop. I'm bending this front knee. And the fact that I'm going to step out and slightly in helps that, because now I'm going to be in hominy, I'm not going to be in natural stance. So step out, hit, and back. So the stick goes over the top and down, and then over the top and back. So step out to the right, turn, stick comes over, stick comes back over, and back to natural stance. Step out to the right, stick comes over and down, stick comes back over and here. And notice I'm not really moving my elbow at all. I'm basically, we can add a lot of momentum onto it, but you want to be careful about adding extra movement in there, because the more you come up, the slower your stick is going to go, because you're making a bigger circle. The smaller the circle, the faster it moves. So you're going to BAM! Like that. So the other side is a backhand. So the other side is we're going to step in left, and we're going to do the same parry that we were doing for number 2, except for this time we're over the stick, we're not under the stick, we're pushing the side, so we can do a backhand to the outside of their knee. Same knee, because that's the one that's closest to us. And this time, so we're going to come back. This one's easier to do because as we step in, we can just drop it and hit and bring it back up again. So it's almost no movement of the stick arm at all, because all you have to do is come out to the side. So we can use that turn to add extra oomph to our stick. You can even hold on to it a little bit longer to give it a sprint release and pop it right into the outside of their knee. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do both sides back and forth. So here and then here. Ready? Itch and back, knee and back, san and back, shi and back, gu and back, ruk and back, sich, fetch, ku, ju. Let's do another round. Itch, knee, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, fetch, ku, and ju. Okay, so that was 5 and 6. I'm sorry, that was 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 and 6 is doing our scissor lift, and we're probably going to run out of time. I don't think we're going to get to all 10 of them. But 5 and 6 is one that's I particularly like. For 5 we come in to the right, just like with the boken or the atemi. We cross step and we do that scissor lift drop, and again we can trap their stick arm with this arm, and then just like the uppercut, the rising uppercut, as we come up off our scissor lift, we're going to come up and we're going to poke them. Now again, we're saying they're right-handed. I have Uke's arms tied together so you can't really tell. But let me untie them. So if they're right-handed and we come in here, we're going to be hitting them right in the center of their body with number 5, right? Because it's hard to tell on that one, so let me bring out the other model here. So we're coming in here. We're holding their arm here. For 6, this is the one time that we switch hands. We become left-handed temporarily, and we basically do the same thing. We come in, we trap that hand, and now we're coming on the floating ribs underneath their arm, because this time we are on their right side and we're coming in here. So when we come 5, we're coming into the center because they're going to be turned towards us, and we're going to have their right hand, so we're going to be like this. And for 6, we're going to be like this to the side. Now for you it's not going to make much difference because Uke isn't there for you to notice that difference. But there is a slight difference because of their right hand and we're switching to left hand. So for 5, we're going to slide in and trap. Then we're going to cross step, drop, and drive up or poke. And then come back to normal. For 6, same thing, except for we swap hands, right? So we come into the left, we've got the left, we drop and poke with our left hand. For 5, we come in on the right and block, trap with our left. We cross step with our right or our left, and we drop and then drive up and back to center. 6, we come in with our left, block with our right, cross step with our right, drop down and drive up with our stick. That's it. 5, come in on the right, block with the left, drop and come up. 6, come in on the left, drop, poke. 5, come in on the right, drop, poke. 6, come in the left, drop, poke. So when you poke, just think of straightening out your wrist. Don't think of it being more of a shoulder movement. Think of it as a... So what you want to do is work, boom, you want to come up and in. So you want to kind of have that relationship with your arm. See where my wrist is almost a continuation as opposed to this angle. So like that. Okay, so let's say we have 5 and 6 down and we want to do 7 and 8. So I'm going to quickly go through 7, 8, 9 and 10 just so you know, and then we can practice them in more detail later. So 7 is the reversing to the right corner. So what we do in this case is we are our natural stance like this, and we retreat diagonal to the right, and as we do so we're going to drop our stick down behind our right leg. So it actually gets hidden they cannot see it. So when I'm facing you, you don't know where it is, and your body's turned away too. So again, like we did before, this is inviting them in. This time we're not bringing them with us, we're waiting for them to do strike number 2 to come in. So they do strike number 1 and we just withdraw out of the way. Strike number 2 comes and we do a forehand to block it, a number 1 strike. And as they're, so the idea is that we're going to knock them offline like that. As their stick goes offline, we're going to come in, step in and do a number 2. So again, if they come in and we knock them offline like that with my forehand, we come in with a backhand and take them out. So it looks like this. We go from our natural stance back to the corner hide, forehand, step in, backhand. And that's it. So ready for that? Step back to the right, hide it, forehand, step in, backhand. And back to natural stance. So 8 is basically the same thing. We're going to do them both together quickly. So 8, we basically go back, but instead of hiding it behind our legs, we're going to lay it across our arm like this. So this becomes our dead stop. That way we don't twist it too far. So the idea is that we're just kind of hiding it, but not really hiding it. They can see where it is. If they can't see its length, they can only kind of see the foreshortened butt end of it. And we're just sort of like waiting. And so when strike number 2 comes, we do a backhand and step in and do a forehand. So 7 is step back, forehand, backhand. 8, step back, backhand, forehand. So they're basically the mirror opposite of each other. That's the idea, yeah. The tendency, the most common tendency in this is for people to step back and then step in to do their first and then have nowhere to go with their second. What you want to imagine is that the second strike is actually close enough to you so that you can do your initial defense from your position and then step in to finish them off. Same back here. You're drawing them in, second strike brings them in far enough for you to knock it out of the way, and then you're clear to hit them. Come in. So let's do 7 and 8 a few times. Ready, step back, forehand, step in, backhand, and natural stance. 8, step back, backhand, step in, forehand, and natural stance. 7, back, forehand, step in, backhand, natural stance. 8, step back, backhand, step in, forehand, natural stance. 7, back, forehand, step in, backhand. 8, back, backhand, forehand. 7, back, forehand, backhand. 8, backhand, forehand. 7, backhand, forehand, backhand. 8, slide back, backhand, forehand, and get me. So we'll call that good for now, and let's just quickly do 9 and 10 just so you get the idea of how to finish this up. So 9 and 10, just like we talked about with the atemi, you don't really want to defend yourself. You want to give them the impression that they're able to keep coming at you. So we're going to defend ourselves, but just like in the atemi version, not very well. So we're going to go back 1, forehand, back 2, backhand, and that's when they're coming with their third strike and we come in and do the body check. So in this case I'm not changing my feet, right? So I have right foot forward, I'll start out natural stance, but I'll go back to right foot forward and back to right foot forward again for the forehand, backhand, and that allows me, because my right foot's still in front, to drop this down and step big and come in, right? So the idea is that we want to hit them all the way across there with our hips. I'm not going like this, right? It's not a wrist thing. It's my entire body weight is getting thrown into them. Yeah. And once you get that there, then you can take the arm and you can do the turnover and do the takedown. I don't know if you've done that before. Uke is not the most perfect model to do that to, so I can only show you the start of it. But Uke doesn't have the ability to go down, he can only go up. So, but we don't have to worry about that. But just know that there's a takedown at the end. So for 9, it's just step back with the left and forehand block. And 10 is slide back again with the left and backhand block. So we just tap, tap. Again, we're saying, oh, I can't do this, come on in, come in. And then from there, we're going to just drop it down to our base position. So we're going to have hands at either end. And as we step in, we're going to cock it and slide to here as we release. Not all the way in. You don't want to be where you have a single point. You want to be probably separated out by at least a fist thickness. But you want as much stick as possible to give them without compromising yourself. And it's a big step in because you got to get in deep. So let's just do it like that. It'll look like this. Tap 1, tap 2, step in and hit. That's the idea. Right. So again, this is 9, 10, and 11. We're calling it 11 for now. It's our finish. So the kata technically ends at 10, and then the rest is, the finale. We don't have a number for it. Okay, so ready? Step back left, tap 1. Slide back left, tap 2. And then step in big. Good. Ready again. 9, 10, and finish. Again. 9, 10, and finish. So again, just make sure you're going left, left, and step in with the left. Ready? 9, 10, and finish. 9, 10, and finish. 9, 10, and finish. One more. 9, 10, and finish. Okay, so we're pretty much out of time, but let's see if we can go through the whole thing one time. 1, and out. 2, and out. 3, and out. 4, and out. 5, scissors and up. 6, opposite hand, scissors and up. 7 to the corner, forehand, backhand. 8, the opposite corner, backhand, forehand. 9 tap, 10 tap, and big finish. And then turn them over, take them down. Alright, so let's call that good. We're kind of out of time here. And if you can get the opportunity to practice that some more, it's all good, you've seen in other runs I do a lot of just playing with my tools. I want to be able to be familiar with them, be able to change my grip in any position. So play with your toys, Play is how we get to know and learn our stuff. Alright, so let's wrap it up. I can talk to you after we moxo out. Let's start by moxo. Moxo. Moxo yame.
arigatou gozaimasu.
And thanks again for coming. Hope to see you next time.